السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Dear all, inshallah ta'ala, we will continue chapter 7 today, part 5. Chapter 7, how to draw the three-dimensional shapes, what we called pictorial. We will draw the pictorial and we will draw today the pictorial of a cylinder. Draw how to draw the pictorial of a cylinder. Draw a cylinder with a given dimensions. Cylinder, as we know earlier, that we can draw the cylinder using the radius of the circle and the height. The cylinder is a shape, or if we draw a sketch at the beginning, we have to draw a sketch uh, for the cylinder. Cylinder sketch, it contains from two, or contain two circular base and cover. This is the first one. This is the base, and the cylinder, the pictorial or the cylindrical basement of the cylinder can be drawn by using the radius as a cylinder, as a circle, as a circle. Then we have to draw the height of the circle. This is the height of the circle, and draw the upper surface of the cylinder or the cover of the cylinder as a circle, or what we call pictorial of the circle, pictorial of the circle, as we see here. Okay, this is the pictorial of a circle. Okay, now the main features of the cylinder is the radius and the lower limits of the basement, the circle, and the upper limit of the circle for the cover, and the two edges that determines the height of the circle. So from this, we conclude that we need two main dimensions. The first one is the radius of the cylinder, and the second one is the height of the cylinder. So from example, or from assignment number 5, draw a cylinder with radius, given radius equal 4.5 centimeter, and with height equal h equal 7.8 centimeter. As we learned before, uh, the uniform or regular shapes that we are focusing on it now in chapter 7, for part 3 prism, and for part 4 a pyramid, and for part 4 a 5 a cylinder, and for part 6 a cone. It's a different way. We can use a different technique with the same two methods, isometric method and oblique. We can follow a different technique to draw those shapes. Why? Because it's a regular shapes, and containing a different categories, or different features. So let us now describe how to draw the isometric shape and the oblique shape. Now I will draw one of them, isometric or oblique, and I will draw the projection of the cylinder on all projection planes, in top view and front view and in right side view. Let me now choose anyway the same technique, and the same procedures will be followed to draw the cylinder or any other shapes, the regular shapes. So if you would choose any of these, you can draw it directly. Now I choose one method for to draw the cylinder, and you have to draw it and to draw the projection, and then you have to draw the other method of to draw the method used to draw the cylinder. Let me choose now an oblique method. I think at the last one at the pyramid we use as isometric. Now for cylinder maybe we can use an oblique method. Oblique method. Oblique method. For oblique method, as we learned before, we start from point R. Now why we now يعني split يعني those يعني regular shapes from other shapes because the principles or the techniques used to draw these يعني methods is different somehow in other from others يعني what we will see inshallah ta'ala in chapter 8. Now if you remember that how to draw the pictorial of a circle. Now we can see here there is two circles, one circle here and the other circle is here, okay, and connected by an edge or lines here, the lines that represents the height of the cylinder. So we will start by drawing the pictorial of a circle. How to draw the pictorial of the circle? We know that from the beginning how to draw the pictorial of the circle. Let us now start by point R here, okay? Point R, a random point. Now, in oblique technique, we can draw the width and the depth as we learned before. This is the depth and this is the width of the cylinder. See here, the depth and the width. How much the width and the depth? Here, the depth, we write here, okay, depth equal width and equal to the depth equal width equal diameter of the circle. Diameter of the circle. How much the diameter of the circle? 4.5 centimeter. That means the width and depth is 9 centimeters for each of them. 9 centimeter. And here we can use 9 centimeter also. 9 centimeter. Okay. This is the width and the depth of the circular shape that represents the basement of the cylinder. Okay, continue. This is what we did before. Now let me choose another color to draw all the methods used to draw the pictorial of the cylinder, of the circle, sorry. Here, this is the major diameter. This is the minor diameter. This is the center points of the two lengths. One here and one here. Okay. Now we can draw the pictorial of the cylinder as a pictorial of a circle. Okay. This is the first way. Now, to complete drawing the pictorial of a cylinder, we will take the height. The height of the cylinder can be determined as follows. Firstly, we will draw the height from all the points of the pictorial or the rectangular shape that used to draw the pictorial of the circle. This is the height from the first point. How much? 7.8 centimeter. Okay. Now we can draw also from here 7.8, from here 7.8, 7.8. Now we can draw a rectangle shape that represent the principal shape for drawing the factorial of a circle. This is the four method. Now, let me use the same color, red color. Okay. This is a red color. Also, the center lines. Okay. And we can draw the factorial of a circle. Now we draw two factorials of circles, one for the basement of the circle and the other for the cover or the upper surface and the lower surface of the cylinder, which likes the factorial of connect the features or the edges of a cylinder like this. Mhm. So we can get now, for now, we can get the cylinder. This is the factorial of cylinder. To determine the dimensions, determine R, 9 centimeter, 9, sorry, this is not R as a radius, R 4.5 centimeter, sorry. Okay, and this is the height of the cylinder. Equal 7.8. 7.8. This is the factorial of the cylinder using oblique method. And the same one for isometric. The same one for isometric, just here we can use 30 degrees and 30 degrees. So there is somehow some shifting. By AutoCAD, it's simple to draw it easily to draw the factorial of the cylinder, but for hand drawing it takes more time. It takes more time. Let us now shift to draw the projection of the cylinder. The projection of the cylinder can be drawn also by using the same method and the same standard used to draw the other shapes or the other projections. Okay. Z-axis, Z-axis, X-axis, and here Y-axis. Front view, right side view, and top view. Okay. Okay. Now, for the front view and right side view, if we see here, if we go back to the factorial, we can find that this is the direction of, let me choose another way, another color. This is the direction of right side view. And this is the direction of front view, and this is the direction of top view. So we can judge what is the shape likes the projection of the cylinder from front view and right view. We see that it is a rectangle with one length equal the diameter of the circle, 9 centimeter, and one equal the height of the cylinder, 7.8. 7.8. So now the cylinder will be, or the projection will be like this. This is the width of the cylinder, and this is the height of the cylinder. Here, 9 centimeter, and here 7.8 centimeter. So now let us draw the front right side view. Right side view is the same. Also, we have 7.8 centimeter for the height and 9 centimeter for the depth. Okay, make a projection. Sorry, on a projection line, we can draw the projection of the right side view and the projection of the front view. We can get here, here we can get a square part, 9 centimeter by 9 centimeter square. Why it's square? We will see now why it's square. Because it's a reflection of the diameter from here and the diameter from here. Diameter from front view and diameter from right side view. So we will get here a square. So now this is the projection of the cylinder is rectangle here in front of you and right side of you. In top view, there is no rectangle. You see here, at top view, we can see a circle. A circle which lies inside a square. We can draw it like what? Like a circle, not a pictorial of circle. So we can now draw it using a compass. Using a compass directly, here we can determine the center by crossing the two corners of all corners of the square. We can get here the center, and we can get here, we can draw a circle. Sorry for confusing of without. يعني this is why we يعني because I didn't or I cannot use the instruments. So this is a circle. Circle. I will write it here to remind you always. This is a circle by compass. Okay. And what is طبعا this is the circle and this is the projection of the circle. It's a rectangle. Here for a front view, it's a rectangle. And also here, it's a rectangle. Okay. Now, to distinguish between the circle from rectangle, we have to write here a center point, or center line. That means this is not a rectangle, this is a cylindrical shape. This is a cylindrical shape, okay? This is our this is our drawing of a cylinder using an of the projection of the